Our world is full of natural phenomena that dazzle us. In today's video, you'll see many natural phenomena, including a blood waterfall, another river beneath the river, and a pink lake that will astound you. Continue watching the video until the end. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1. The Eternal Flame Falls in New York. Waterfalls have always been regarded as a symbol of natural beauty, and they enhance the beauty of any valley. There are numerous famous waterfalls around the world, each with its own reason for fame. A fire burns beneath the flowing waterfall beneath this waterfall in New York, adding to its beauty. Humans started this fire, but its origins are natural. According to research, natural gases such as methane and propane are released from under the waterfall, which help keep the fire burning. This natural phenomenon attracts a large number of people and tourists who come here to take pictures. Number 2. Blood Fall. Antarctica is completely covered in white snow. In this snowy field, red blood can also be seen flowing over the white snow. It is known as the Antarctic Blood Falls. Don't overthink it because obviously the blood isn't real. But this fall contains water like other falls, but the color of the water is completely blood red, and it's called blood falls because of that feature. When an Australian geologist discovered this location in 1911, it was thought that there was a special plant that caused the water to turn red, but this was incorrect. The water here is salty, and the area is naturally rich in iron oxide, which turns red when mixed with salt water. Whatever the reason, the sight of red water on white snow is captivating, and this natural phenomenon compels people to appreciate it. Number 3. The Sky Mirror, Bolivia. Everyone looks in the mirror at least once a day. You've probably seen various qualities and types of mirrors, but today we'll tell you about the world's largest, naturally occurring mirror. The world's largest salt flats are found in Bolivia's Salar de Uyuni region. This salt flat is right next to a lake, and when the lake's water level rises and flows to the salt flats from December to April, a thin layer of water freezes on this salt flat, forming a natural wide mirror. When the sky's reflection falls on the surface of the salt flats, it's as if we're looking at the sky through a large mirror. Walking on this land gives the impression of a blue sky above and below you. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe so that one day our channel can reach the sky. Number 4. The Pink Lake. There are many lakes in the world, and each one is distinct. You've probably seen many lakes with blue water, but the lake we'll mention today is the most unusual in terms of color. Lake Hillier in Australia has pink water. Indeed, and the pink color is not man-made, but rather the result of a natural phenomenon. This lake's water is salty, and it contains an organism called Dunaliella salina, which produces yellow, red, and orange pigments. Plants, bacteria, and fungi present here produce these pigments, which combine with salt water to give it a pink color. If pink happens to be your favorite color, a trip here is a must. Number 5. The Underwater River in Mexico. You've probably seen many rivers that flow on land, but have you ever seen one flow underwater? It may sound strange, but a river flows beneath the water in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Because the color of the water flowing beneath the water in this river differs from the color on the top water, it appears different and is considered a separate river. According to scientists, a large rock broke off and fell into the river, causing a hole in the riverbed. The hole was quickly filled with groundwater and salt water, forming a halocene that separates the fresh water of the river above from the salt water below, giving the two rivers a sense of separation. Number 6. The Blue Hole, Belize. The Great Blue Hole is massive in the sea off the coast of Belize. This large hole was discovered by a fisherman in the 20th century, and its depth is 125 meters, with a surface area of more than 70,000 square meters. Its existence, according to researchers, was caused by a series of climactic changes in glacial periods around 15,000 years ago. The aerial view of this giant hole offers a fascinating sight. There have been several documentaries made on this blue hole, which you can find on YouTube. The fact that Bill Gates, the richest man in the world at the time, visited this location with his family in April 2012 speaks volumes about the allure of this natural phenomenon. Number 7. The Moonbow, Zimbabwe. We've all seen the rainbow, and we all know that sunlight is essential to its formation. Without it, the rainbow can't form. The rainbow at Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe is known as a moonbow because it does not require the sun to appear. This moonbow is unique because it is created by the moon's light rather than the sun's, and tourists travel long distances to see it. Certain factors must be present for this moonbow to form, and all of these factors must be present simultaneously. To see this moonbow, the moon must be full because the light from the full moon is enough to create it. Aside from that, the sky must be clear so that the moon bow does not become obscured by clouds, and there must be enough water spray because too little or too much spray can interfere with its formation. In general, all these factors are met in June, July, and August, and the moon bow can be seen, so the number of tourists is high during these 3 months. Number 8. Sort Sol, Denmark. Generally, birds migrate from one place to another due to climate change. You've probably often seen flocks of birds moving together from one place to another in an orderly manner, and the scene's always very beautiful. Even in Denmark, the scene of bird migration is seen every year, but nowhere else is it seen as well as in Denmark. When autumn arrives on Denmark's Ribe Island, flocks of millions of starlings migrate north. When a flock of over 1 million birds flies across the sky, they block the sun as it passes, obscuring it for 20 minutes. Sort Sol, which means black sun, is the name of this lovely scene, because when millions of birds fly in front of the sun, it appears to be dark. Number 9. Sailing stones. When a person walks or a vehicle passes through the desert, it usually leaves a trail-like mark in the sand. There is a desert in America with many such trail-like marks, but no person or vehicle has ever passed through it. So how did these marks arrive? In fact, the stones at this location travel by themselves, and it is because of these stones that these path markings exist. I'm not exaggerating. You're probably wondering now how stones can move on their own. A natural phenomenon is responsible for the spontaneous movement of stones in this location. Ice-encased rocks move when partially submerged in water. This is all due to buoyant forces. The buoyant force is the upward force that a fluid exerts on an object. This area's stones move at a rate of 5 meters per minute. Number 10. Snow chimneys. Antarctica is mostly covered in thick snow. There is also a location where you can see huge snow chimneys with smoke coming from the top. Of course, you might think that someone built its kitchen out of ice and is cooking in it, but this is not the case. Rather, these 60-foot tall chimneys result from a natural phenomenon. There is a volcano nearby that constantly spews steam. Because of the extreme cold, the rising steam freezes and forms a tall chimney. The heat on the sides of this chimney causes the top to melt, creating smoke and giving the impression that smoke is coming out of the chimney. So there you have it, the world's 10 most incredible natural phenomena. You will undoubtedly be surprised by these facts. Meanwhile, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and remember to subscribe for more interesting videos.